Metal buildings aren't ugly anymore. In fact, some of the most stunning homes being built right now are metal barndominiums that would make traditional homeowners jealous. We're talking modern architectural designs, magazine-worthy interiors, and exteriors that look nothing like the agricultural barns you're picturing. But here's what separates a beautiful barndo from a basic one, and it has nothing to do with how much you spend. Before we get started, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell, because next week I'm showcasing 10 jaw-dropping metal barndominiums that prove metal can be absolutely gorgeous, and I'm breaking down exactly what makes each one work visually. Today we're exploring what makes metal barndominiums beautiful. Not just acceptable, not just functional, but genuinely stunning homes that rival anything built with traditional materials. By the end of this video, you'll know the key design principles that make metal buildings beautiful, how to overcome the industrial look that many people fear, which exterior finishes transform metal buildings into gorgeous homes, interior design strategies that maximize beauty in open metal structures, real cost differences between basic and beautiful barndos, and the biggest aesthetic mistakes that ruin otherwise good builds. Stay until the end, because I'm sharing before and after examples that prove any metal building can be beautiful with the right approach, and the one design element that has the biggest impact for the least cost. Whether you're planning to build or just love great design, this will change how you see metal buildings forever. The beauty potential of metal. Let's start with why metal buildings can be so beautiful. The structural advantages create design opportunities. Clear span interiors mean no load-bearing walls limiting layout, soaring ceilings up to 20 feet or more, massive window walls without structural concerns, and open flowing spaces traditional homes can't match. The modern aesthetic aligns with contemporary design trends. Clean lines and geometric forms are very current. Industrial materials are fashionable, not cheap looking. Minimalist aesthetics work perfectly with metal, and the barn form itself has iconic appeal. Durability means beauty lasts. Metal doesn't rot, warp, or deteriorate like wood. Colors and finishes stay true for decades. Weather resistance means less maintenance, and the home looks new longer. The blank canvas aspect provides creative freedom. Metal shells accept any exterior finish. Interior can be any style from rustic to ultra-modern. Fewer restrictions than traditional construction, and easy to customize during and after build. The reality is metal barndominiums can be absolutely stunning, but beauty isn't automatic. It requires intentional design choices, investment in the right areas, and understanding what works visually. An ugly barndo and a beautiful one might use the same steel shell, but everything else is different. Key design principles for beauty. Now let's talk about the principles that make metal buildings beautiful. Proportion and scale matter enormously. The building should fit the site, not overwhelm it. Roof pitch and wall height must be balanced. Long, narrow buildings often look better than square ones. Horizontal emphasis usually works better than vertical for barndos. Windows and doors should be proportional to wall space. Getting scale wrong makes even expensive buildings look off. Material contrast creates visual interest. Mixing metal with stone, wood, or brick adds depth. Different metal colors or finishes break up monotony. Trim and accent colors define edges and features. All one material, and color looks flat and basic. Strategic contrast makes buildings come alive. Articulation prevents boring boxes. Breaking the roofline adds interest. Varying wall planes creates shadows and depth. Adding porches and overhangs provides dimensionality. Incorporating different sections or wings adds complexity. A simple rectangular box is hard to make beautiful, no matter the budget. Landscaping integration completes the vision. Buildings should sit in landscape, not on it. Trees and plantings soften hard edges. Hardscaping and pathways create approach. Lighting showcases architecture at night. Even stunning buildings look unfinished without landscape. Detail at human scale makes homes feel welcoming. Entry design and front door become focal points. Window trim and details at a level matter most. Porch scale and details invite you in. People experience buildings up close, not just from afar. Cohesive design tells one story. Exterior style should match interior aesthetic. Materials and colors should have a relationship. Every element should feel intentional. Random choices create visual chaos. These principles apply whether you're spending $200,000 or $2 million. Beauty is about design intelligence, not just budget. Exterior transformations. This is where metal buildings go from industrial to beautiful. Let's break down the options. Mixed material exteriors are the most popular solution. Stone or brick on lower portions grounds the building. Natural materials add warmth metal lacks. Common combinations are stone wainscoting with metal above, brick or stone on front, metal on sides and back, wood accents on gables or entries. Cost adds $15,000 to $100,000 depending on coverage, but transforms the look. Board and batten or vertical siding over metal changes everything. This hides the metal completely or partially, creates farmhouse or modern aesthetic depending on color, adds texture and depth, and costs $5 to $12 per square foot installed. A 3,000 square foot exterior might cost $20,000 to $50,000 to side. Horizontal lap siding works beautifully too. This creates craftsman or transitional look, available in fiber cement or metal, hides Barndo origins completely, and costs similar to vertical siding. Metal panel color and profile selection matters hugely. Standing seam looks more refined than ribbed. Darker colors appear more upscale than bare metal. Matte finishes read as modern, glossy as agricultural. Choosing the right metal costs nothing extra, but impacts beauty dramatically. Timber accents add warmth and character. Exposed beams on porches or gables, cedar or reclaimed wood on accent walls. Timber brackets and details create craftsman feel, and relatively affordable at $5,000 to $25,000. Color strategy makes or breaks the look. Modern barndos often use black, charcoal, or dark bronze metal with white or wood accents. Farmhouse style uses white or cream with black windows and dark roof. Earth tones like sage, brown, or gray blend with nature. 2 or 3 colors maximum, thoughtfully applied. The transformation from basic metal to beautiful exterior often costs $30,000 to $100,000, but completely changes perceived value and actual resale. Window and door strategy. This might be the single most important beauty factor. Windows and natural light transform metal buildings. Quantity and size of windows is critical. Metal structures easily accommodate huge windows. Floor-to-ceiling glass creates drama and beauty. Light makes interiors feel expensive, and dark metal buildings feel like barns. More windows cost more, but return massive aesthetic value. Window style and framing defines the aesthetic. Black-framed windows are incredibly popular and modern. Traditional white frames work for farmhouse, wood-framed for mountain or rustic. Large-format windows look more upscale than many small ones. Picture windows with transom or side lights create focal points. Consistent window style throughout creates cohesion. Mixing styles looks chaotic and cheap. Strategic window placement matters. Symmetry in front elevation looks intentional. Windows framing views add value. Clear-story windows add light without sacrificing privacy. Random window placement looks like an afterthought. Entry doors make first impressions. Oversized doors look more upscale than standard. Glass in doors brings in light. Custom or unique doors create wow factor. A beautiful door might cost $3,000 to $10,000, but impacts curb appeal enormously. Garage and barn doors are opportunities. Glass garage doors showcase cars or workshops. Oversized sliding barn doors make statements. Matching door style to aesthetic matters. Windows and doors typically cost $20,000 to $100,000 depending on size and quality, but they're non-negotiable for beauty. Skimping here guarantees an ugly barndo, no matter what else you do right. Roofline and architectural details. The roof shape dramatically affects beauty. Simple gable roofs work, but can look basic. Breaking the roofline adds interest. Different roof pitches on different sections create complexity. Dormers add charm and light. Small covered entry porches add dimensionality. Even simple additions transform the profile. Standing seam metal roofs look clean and modern. These are more expensive than ribbed, but worth it. Usually dark colors look best. Light gray or white works for modern, and traditional colors like rust or green for farmhouse. Costs run $8 to $15 per square foot installed. Exposed rafter tails or timber details add craftsman character. These dress up basic eaves beautifully, relatively inexpensive detail with big impact, and work with farmhouse or mountain styles. Cost is $3,000 to $15,000 typically. Covered porches are essential for beauty. A front porch makes buildings look like homes, not barns, provides human scale and welcome, offers design detail opportunities, and doesn't have to be huge to be effective. Even 8 by 20 feet makes a difference. Costs $5,000 to $30,000 depending on size and finishes. Cupolas, or roof monitors, add character. These provide ventilation and light, create visual interest on simple roof lines, historically appropriate for barn style. Not for everyone, but works well when done right. Costs $2,000 to $10,000. Trim and fascia details matter. Clean trim around roof lines defines edges. Contrasting colors highlight details. Hiding fasteners and seams looks cleaner. Quality trim work costs $5,000 to $20,000 but elevates the entire building. The principle is that flat, unbroken roof lines and unadorned eaves look industrial. Adding interest costs relatively little but dramatically improves beauty. Interior design strategies. Now let's talk about making the inside as beautiful as possible. The open plan advantage is inherent to metal buildings. The lack of load-bearing walls is a gift. This creates flowing spaces, allows flexible furniture arrangements, enables sightlines throughout, and makes spaces feel larger. The key is defining zones without walls, using furniture arrangement, area rugs and lighting, ceiling changes like beams or coffers, and flooring transitions. Open doesn't mean empty. Ceiling treatments add drama and warmth. Exposing steel trusses creates industrial beauty. Adding wood beams brings warmth and texture. Tongue and groove or shiplap adds character. Painted or stained to match aesthetic. Ceiling treatments cost $8 to $25 per square foot, but transform spaces. Flooring choices ground the design. Polished concrete is modern and durable. Wide plank hardwood adds warmth. Luxury vinyl plank is affordable and beautiful. Tile in high traffic or wet areas. Quality flooring costs $5 to $20 per square foot installed. Interior walls deserve attention. Shiplap is incredibly popular. Wainscoting adds detail and protection. Accent walls in wood or stone create focal points. Keeping some walls simple lets features stand out. Wall treatments cost $3 to $15 per square foot. Lighting is crucial in large open spaces. Architectural lighting highlights features. Statement fixtures become focal points. Layered lighting with ambient, task, and accent creates depth. Natural light from windows must be supplemented. Lighting design costs $10,000 to $50,000 for a beautiful home. Built-ins and millwork add custom quality. Floor-to-ceiling cabinetry maximizes storage. Window seats and nooks use space creatively. Custom shelving for books or display. Fireplace surrounds and mantels. Quality millwork costs $20,000 to $100,000 but elevates everything. Color and finish strategy ties it together. Light colors make spaces feel larger. Wood tones add warmth. Accent colors provide personality. Consistency throughout creates flow. The interior aesthetic can be anything: modern, farmhouse, rustic, industrial, traditional. The metal shell doesn't dictate interior style. Beautiful interiors cost the same in Barndos as traditional homes. There's no discount or premium for metal structure. Landscaping and site design. You cannot have a beautiful barndominium without beautiful landscaping. The approach and arrival experience matter. Long driveways create anticipation. Curved approaches feel more estate-like. Gated entries add upscale feel. Tree-lined drives are classic and beautiful. Driveway and approach costs $10,000 to $100,000, depending on length and materials. Hardscaping frames the building. Walkways connect to entries. Patios extend living spaces. Stone or paver materials add quality. Steps and walls manage elevation changes. Hardscaping costs $15,000 to $100,000. Foundation plantings soften the building base. Shrubs and perennials hide foundation. Plantings break up hard edges. Evergreens provide year-round structure. Blooming plants add seasonal color. Foundation planting costs $5,000 to $30,000. Trees are essential. Existing trees should be preserved and showcased. New trees frame and shade the building. Deciduous trees provide seasonal change. Evergreens give structure. Quality trees cost $500 to $5,000 each planted. Lawns and ground cover complete the setting. Turf or native grasses, depending on climate. Ground covers reduce maintenance. Wildflower areas add color and ecology. Irrigation makes everything possible. In-ground systems are essential for large properties. Drip irrigation for beds and foundation. Smart controllers save water and money. Irrigation costs $5,000 to $25,000. Outdoor lighting extends beauty to night. Uplighting trees creates drama. Path lighting ensures safety and beauty. Building highlighting showcases architecture. Soft lighting on patios creates ambience. Landscape lighting costs $5,000 to $30,000. Total professional landscaping for a beautiful barndo costs $50,000 to $300,000 depending on property size and scope. This isn't optional, it's essential. An unland building looks unfinished no matter how beautiful the structure. Cost reality of beautiful barndos. Let's break down what beauty actually costs. Starting with a basic functional barndo at 2,500 square feet, the shell costs $40,000 to $60,000. Basic interior finishes cost $150,000 to $200,000. Minimal exterior finishes cost $10,000 to $20,000. Basic landscaping costs $10,000 to $20,000. Total is $210,000 to $300,000 or $85 to $120 per square foot. This is functional but not beautiful. Now, a beautiful barndo of same size, the shell costs the same at $40,000 to $60,000. Upgraded interior finishes cost $250,000 to $350,000. Enhanced exterior with mixed materials costs $40,000 to $80,000. Professional landscaping costs $50,000 to $100,000. Total is $380,000 to $590,000 or $150 to $235 per square foot. The difference is $170,000 to $290,000, but you get a home that rivals traditional luxury homes aesthetically. The investment areas are interior finishes adding $100,000 to $150,000, exterior transformation adding $30,000 to $60,000, landscaping adding $40,000 to $80,000. Notably, the shell cost is identical. You're not paying more for better metal structure. Every dollar of increased beauty goes to finishes, details, and design. Where you can save without losing beauty is doing some interior work yourself like painting, trim, basic landscaping and planting, acting as owner-builder and managing subs, choosing mid-range materials installed beautifully over premium materials installed poorly. Where you cannot save and maintain beauty is exterior materials and finishes, windows and doors, professional design help, structural elements like roof treatments, landscaping design, and installation. The truth is beauty adds 40 to 80% to base barndo costs, but the result can be stunning and still cost less than traditional construction. A beautiful $400,000 barndo might cost $550,000 as traditional construction. The biggest aesthetic mistakes. Now let's talk about what ruins beautiful barndos. Mistake 1 is doing nothing to the exterior. The biggest error is leaving plain metal with no accents or details, minimal or mismatched windows, no porch or entry definition, basic garage doors, no landscaping. The result is it looks like a barn or shop, not a home. Beauty is impossible with untreated exteriors. The fix is adding any mixed material, even if limited, thoughtful window selection and placement, simple front porch, upgrading entry door, basic professional landscaping. Even $30,000 in exterior improvements transforms everything. Mistake 2 is inconsistent design choices. Problems arise from mixing too many styles, random color choices that don't relate, windows of different styles, mix of cheap and expensive materials with no logic. This creates visual chaos. Even expensive elements look bad together if they clash. The fix is choosing one aesthetic and committing, limiting color palette to 3 colors maximum, consistent window style throughout, materials relating to each other. Mistake 3 is ignoring proportion and scale. Issues include buildings too large for the site, Roof pitch too shallow or too steep. Windows too small or poorly placed. Additions or porches wrong scale. Oversized or undersized details. Bad proportions cannot be fixed with money. The most expensive materials look wrong with bad scale. The fix is getting professional design help, studying examples of beautiful barndos, using 3D renderings before building, being willing to adjust plans for better proportions. Mistake 4 is skipping landscaping. The home sits on raw dirt or minimal grass. No trees or plantings. No pathways or hardscaping. No outdoor lighting. Even beautiful buildings look unfinished and harsh. The fix is budgeting minimum $25,000 to $50,000 for professional landscape, starting with trees and foundation plantings, adding hardscaping incrementally, installing irrigation system. Mistake 5 is cheap, visible elements. Problems include cheap light fixtures and door hardware, visible fasteners and seams on exterior, rough, unfinished edges, low-quality doors and windows. Cheap details make everything look cheap. The fix is prioritizing elements you see and touch daily, spending on entry door, porch details, light fixtures, hardware, hiding fasteners and seams. These mistakes are all avoidable and fixable. Beauty is the result of many good decisions, not one expensive choice. Style variations and beauty. Beautiful barndominiums come in many styles. Modern farmhouse is most popular with clean lines, board and batten siding, black or dark metal roof, black framed windows, white or light colors, wood accents, covered porches. This style is proven beautiful and broadly appealing. Costs are moderate, widely understood by builders, and resale is excellent. Industrial modern offers exposed metal and steel, large glass expanses, concrete or polished floors, minimalist aesthetic, urban or modern details. This is striking and unique, appeals to design-forward buyers, can be more affordable if embracing metal, but smaller resale market and requires design confidence. Mountain or rustic includes timber and stone, natural materials, large covered porches, earth tones, integration with nature. This is beautiful in right settings, strong regional appeal. Materials can be expensive, but perfect for mountain or forest sites. Contemporary sleek has flat or low slope roofs, floor-to-ceiling glass, minimalist details, monochromatic colors, architectural emphasis. This creates dramatic modern beauty, requires excellent design execution, can be most expensive per square foot, smaller but passionate buyer pool. Traditional barn style features classic barn proportions, may include cupola, often red or classic barn colors, large doors, nostalgic appeal. This honors barndominium origins, broad emotional appeal, careful not to look too agricultural, works well in rural settings. The truth is all these styles can be beautiful with good execution. Beauty isn't about which style, it's about how well you execute your chosen aesthetic. Mixing styles or being unclear about direction guarantees problems. Before and after transformations. Let me share some transformation examples. Example 1. Basic shell to modern farmhouse. Before was 40 by 60 metal shell, bare steel with rib panels, minimal windows, no porch, raw site. Cost $55,000. The transformation added board and batten over metal, stone on lower front third, black framed windows throughout, 10 by 30 foot covered porch, professional landscaping with trees. Additional cost $68,000. The result looks like $500,000 home. Neighbors would never guess metal structure. Completely transformed for $123,000 total exterior. Example 2. Basic Barndo to industrial modern. Before was completed basic interior and exterior, plain gray metal, small windows, no architectural details. Cost $240,000 complete. The transformation added black metal cladding over existing, massive window wall on main living area, steel and glass entry door, concrete patio with fire feature, architectural landscaping. Additional cost $85,000. The result is magazine-worthy modern design. Property value increased $150,000. Total $325,000 for stunning home. Example 3. Agricultural building to mountain retreat. Before was existing 50 by 80 shop building, basic metal construction, 2 garage doors, 1 entry door, zero charm, cost $75,000 original building. The transformation added timber columns and beams, stone veneer on exterior, replaced doors and added windows, interior finishing with rustic details, covered deck, and landscaping. Total renovation cost $275,000. The result is featured in local magazine. Looks custom built. Total $350,000 for unique mountain home. The common thread is strategic investment in exterior transformation, thoughtful window and door upgrades, landscaping completing the vision, results worth far more than investment. Beauty is achievable at any budget level. The one element with biggest impact. If you could only improve one thing, what should it be? The answer is the front elevation and entry sequence. This is what everyone sees first, creates entire impression, affect perceived value most, relatively affordable to get right. Specific improvements include a covered front porch, even if small, upgraded entry door that makes statement, flanking windows or side lights, some mixed material, even if limited to front, foundation plantings, and approach walk, 1 or 2 quality light fixtures. These improvements cost $15,000 to $40,000 total, but can make a $200,000 Barndo look like a $400,000 home. The psychology is first impressions create expectations. Beautiful entry implies beautiful everything. People forgive simpler sides and backs if front is gorgeous. Curb appeal affects actual value. The strategy is investing disproportionately in front elevation, keeping sides simple but clean, using less expensive materials in back, splurging on entry door and porch details, ensuring approach and landscaping frame entry. Real example, a couple built a $280,000 Barndo with plain metal sides and back. They spent $35,000 extra on stone front, large porch, custom door, and landscaping. Appraised for $340,000 because front was stunning. The $35,000 investment returned $60,000 in value. This is the leverage point for beauty on a budget. So can metal barndominiums be truly beautiful? Absolutely yes, and they can rival anything built with traditional materials. The keys are understanding that beauty requires intentional design, investing strategically in exteriors and landscaping, choosing one aesthetic and executing it well, not skipping windows, doors, and architectural details, getting professional design help when needed. A beautiful Barndo costs more than a basic one, typically $50,000 to $150,000 more for same size, but results in a home worth far more than the investment, and still costs less than traditional construction. Metal buildings aren't inherently ugly or beautiful. Your design choices determine the outcome. With the right approach, metal Barndos can be absolutely stunning. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Barndominium content, design tips, and real project breakdowns. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the most beautiful Barndo you've ever seen? What made it work? And check the description for links to design resources, material suppliers, and before and after galleries. Thanks for watching, and remember, beauty isn't about hiding the metal. It's about celebrating what makes barndominiums unique while adding warmth, detail, and character. I'll see you in the next one.